Now, the election campaigning. Once you file the nomination, the candidates list will be finalized, the election date will be declared. From the date of the declaration of the election date, we have 2 weeks of time for you to campaign. Why do we need to campaign? The people whom they are going to choose their leaders would like to convey the message that what they want to do if they come to power. People choose a party on basing of their policies only. So it's actually not choosing a candidate here. We are supporting a political party which is putting up its candidate, so that if this candidate wins in this region and if he gains the support of all the other candidates all over the state, then the party can make certain changes in the policies and it would like to drive the country's economy towards a certain direction and giving certain extra information or adding on to the growth of the country. So let us look into the detail of election campaigning. The election campaigning is mainly to target the people, because here the people who choose the leaders. In order to choose the leaders, people try to assess the leaders by the policies what the particular party want to do. When it comes to the parties campaigning, parties always campaign with a larger motto. What is their section group to be targeted? When they target a particular section group, they make the policies. They say, for example, in the Haryana case, we have seen Mr. Devilal, Haryana Sangharsh Samiti party has targeted the farmers and the small businessmen people, saying that if we are elected, if we come to power, we will definitely waive off all the financial loans which are there on the farmers and on the small businessmen. So when these kind of policies are made or promises are made, the people would obviously like to choose those candidates. This all happens in the 2 week of election campaigning, and these 2 weeks will be before the election polling date. And when it comes to the practicality, it is not that exactly 2 weeks where all the televisions channels, all the FM radio channels, everything will be filled with the political advertisements, but it is the target group of a political party. From months before onwards, it targets to campaign for its political benefits in the coming elections. For example, the 2014 elections, where the BJP has come to power in 2014 elections, but if we look at the campaigning of BJP, it started from 2013 onwards. It is way back than 2 weeks. It's only 2 weeks mandatory to conduct the election campaigning. But Narendra Modi has been declared as the prime ministerial candidate in 2013 in the meeting of BJP, and then onwards he has moved on to various corners of India to campaign and to propagate what BJP want to do for our country if it comes to power. This all he toured all over India, and then he made a vibrant passages and speeches, and finally he is able to acquire the support of the people. A clear-cut majority was given to Narendra Modi in 2014 elections, but he could not acquire this only in 2 weeks of campaigning. He acquired this by doing a long months of campaigning, which he did before 2014. So that's how the political parties plan for the elections. Let us now look into some of the famous campaigning slogans, how the political parties try to motivate the people towards themselves. Now, after the elections campaigning started, as I mentioned that this is the prime motto important phase which can transform the people, even though they are not interested in a candidate, but they would like to support the party which is putting up this candidate, can choose them. Let us now look at some of the famous slogans which have created a wave in the elections. One, the Congress under the able leadership of Mrs. Indira Gandhi in 1971 gave the slogan called Garibi Hatao, the removal of poverty. Government would reframe all the policies and try to do its level best to the removal of poverty by giving this slogan, Indira Gandhi was able to get huge majority in 1971 elections and gave power for the Congress party to come into power and form the union government. And in the next term, in 1977, when the elections happened, the Janata Party came up with a slogan, that is Save Democracy. It was a time period when Indira Gandhi, from 25th of June to 25th of June in 1975 to 1977, she has imposed emergency where all the civil liberties and all the rights of the individual citizens were being completely upheld and cancelled. So the military dictatorship has been brought into place where all the opposition leaders were imprisoned. Today, whoever opposition leaders are on top places as chief ministers or union ministers were at that point of time as prisoners in the jails. So at that moment, the Janata Party is a combination of all the political parties, all the opposition parties against the Congress, came up with the slogan that we want to save democracy, so please try to support us, give the power to us. Do not believe in Congress, which has used its power to destroy the democracy. We want to save democracy. So if our party comes to power, we would like to save democracy in our country. So people has given a clear mandate for Janata Party in 1977 when they came up with the campaigning slogan called Save Democracy. In the similar way, the left front, the communist parties are rightly known as left front because they never have been in the Lok Sabha in power and they never have sat in the right side of the power. So they always sit in the left side in the opposition only. They share the opposition seats. Now, the left front is communist parties have come up with a slogan in 1977 in West Bengal when the elections are happening. They came up with a slogan called Land to the Tiller. From 1977 to 2009, nearly for 35 years, they have been ruling continuously. The Communist Party has got the support of the people continuously with the same slogan of Land to the Tiller for a very large period of time. So people get moved on with the campaign, with the slogan of the campaign. If they want, they like the party's campaigning slogan, definitely most of the candidates of that particular party will be easily winning the elections. It would be a cakewalk for the party candidates to win the elections. As it happened in 1971 when the Garibi Hatao campaign happened with Congress. Similarly, to save democracy with the Janata Party, left front, Land to the Tiller. Let's move on to the another example which happened in nearby states of Andhra and Telangana. Once they were united states, that is United Andhra Pradesh, where during that period N.T. Ramarao was forming a new political party. The party name is Telugu Desam Party. It came into existence in 1983. He came up with the campaigning tagline called Protect the Self-Respect of the Telugus. We want the self-respect of the Telugus. In Telugu it is rightly known as Atma Gauravam. The self-respect of the people of Andhra people has to be respected. He used these words and he got a clear mandate victory, 200 plus seats out of 294 Vidhana Sabha seats in the AP Assembly. So the campaigning captions definitely catch the attention of the people. That is like Garibi Hatao, Save Democracy, Land to the Tiller, Self-Respect of the Telugus, or India Shining, or we also have Narendra Modi slogan of Making India a Superpower Country. These all slogans are the catchy slogans. Actually, the political parties use their campaigning by giving a slogan to them. So this slogan will be reachable to many people. First advantage, they need not remember everything in detail for them. Just the catchy words 2 or 3 would make them to remember about the particular political party, and that political party would make the candidates to contest in the elections. So it makes easy for the voter who want to extend his support to a political party by putting his vote in the favor of the party what he likes. For example, if he likes Garibi Hatao, he would like to put his vote to the Congress candidate, though he does not like the candidate at the local level. He liked the campaigning of that slogan of Garibi Hatao. Every poor person will get connected to this one, because they are promising that we are removing the poverty. We want to remove poverty completely. So every person who is affected with poverty would definitely assure their support to that particular party, who gets connected to that particular political party. So that is how the influence of the campaigning slogans play a very major role in election campaigning. Now, moving apart from the election campaigning slogans, is it necessary to check the campaigning process of the candidate? Yes, it is necessary. We do agree that it should be given freedom. The candidate and the political party should be given freedom and a free hand to do campaignings according to their wish, their interest and their capability. But there are certain restrictions which has to be imposed. Then only we can have true campaignings happening. What are the restrictions that have to be imposed or checked when there is a campaigning happening? The scanning or the supervision or the election campaigning is necessary, because even the political parties may go on beyond than the required level to have political power in their hands. Ultimately, all the political parties want to have political power. So in the process of attaining political power into their hands, they may sometimes go and use in some illegal methods. So it is compulsory to restrict them with certain rules and regulations. Now let us see what are the certain rules and regulations. According to the Election Commission of India, the election campaigning should not bribe any of the voters or should not threaten any of its voters. They should not give in cash, in kind or in any other promises that if you vote to me or to a particular political party, we would pay cash for you, we would buy land for you, we would give so and so favor for you. This kind of bribing should not happen with any of the voters. In the similar way, the voters should not be threatened that if you do not vote to me, we are going to threaten your family, we are going to harm your family. This kind of situation should not happen. This is strictly restricted by the Election Commission. Second point, they should not make any appeals on the name of the caste, like we belong to so and so caste, or we all are from so and so caste, or I am from so and so caste, so please support me, we all are the same caste people. That kind of appeals do not be made, and not on any religion base also. We already have a painful experiences when India and Pakistan got partitioned. So the framers of the constitution strictly prohibited any campaigning with religion connect. So any leader cannot take religious words or anything to do his election campaign. There was a case registered against Varun Gandhi, who has making a statement against the Muslims in one of his speeches through the election campaigning. So a case was registered and later it went on ahead. So any political leader, whomever it is, if they are contesting for the elections and when they are participating in the election campaigning, they should not make any appeals on the name of a caste or should not use a religious connect to establish his rapport with the people. And later, the third important one, he should not use any of the government resources, government buildings, government structures for his campaigning. And they also made a restriction that if a candidate is contesting for the Lok Sabha, he should spend maximum amount of only 25 lakhs for his campaigning. He should not spend more than this. If he is spending more than this, his election can be declared as illegal. Though he was being elected and has taken the oath in the elections or in the Lok Sabha, still his election can be cancelled by the Election Commission if any of the allegations are proved to be right against him. And even for the Vidhan Sabha or the assembly constituency, if they are spending more than 10 lakhs, obviously their election will be cancelled. So once they are campaigning, they should have a campaigning logo for them or a campaigning slogan for them, and after that they should not bribe the voters. At the same time, they should not threaten any of the voters. They should not make any appeals on the name of the religion or on the caste, and they should not use any of the government resources, and they should not spend than the maximum limit which is given by the Election Commission, that is for the Lok Sabha candidates it is 25 lakhs and for the assembly constituencies it is 10 lakhs. So these are the compulsory things what they are not supposed to do. Along with this, we also have model code of conduct. What is model code of conduct? The model code of conduct is the code of conduct which has been accepted by all the political parties that we would not do this kind of mistakes. Morally, which is not correct when we are doing the elections, that is what is known as model code of conduct. This is not a restriction put by the Election Commission. It has been an awareness by all the political parties, and they all agreed and decided what is a model code of conduct. So what is actually model code of conduct? The model code of conduct is that no candidate can use what? No candidate can use the places of worship for his election campaigning. No party leader can conduct any political meetings in a church, in a masjid, or in a temple, or in any of the lands which belong to either temple, church, or a mosque. He is not supposed to enter the places of worship when it is come to campaigning. While he is passing through that way, he can pay a visit to that one, but he cannot campaign in the holy places of worship. That is the first one which is in the code of conduct. Second point, government vehicles should not be used when he is doing election campaigning. Articrafts, which are the government articrafts, the government's property, should not be used, and any of the officials should not be involved in the election campaigning. None of the officials should be involved in the election campaigning.
If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel to get more videos on CBSE syllabus.